pass, I would mash the gas. I was a taxi driver. I say I was a taxi driver. I was a deep sea diver. And when I want to pass, I would mash the gas. I was a taxi driver. Now tourists don't really know our country, how this thing go. A car coming on the other side, between the seat they won't hide. Look out, they shout with discontent. They think we have an accident. Say we driving on the wrong side. By the law we don't abide. But I was a taxi driver, was a deep sea diver. And when I want to pass, I would mash the gas. I was a taxi driver. I say I was a taxi driver. I was a deep sea diver. And when I want to pass, I would mash the gas. I was a taxi driver. Driving taxi late at night to get your money, you got to fight. My people don't understand, like them I am a poor man. Took a man to chop on a knife to my throat, I was a goner. Didn't see no dog but heard a bark, was me. Yeah, when I was a taxi driver, I was a deep sea diver. And when I want to pass, I would mash the gas. I was a taxi driver, I was a taxi driver. I was a deep sea diver. And when I want to pass, I would mash the gas. I was a taxi driver. Was a deep sea diver, and when I want to pass, I would mash the gas. I was a taxi driver. Pick up a tourist the other day, paradise he want to go play. Pull up in front of the hotel door, this was the end of the tour. I said $35, the man grabbed me by the collar. Talk about scared and be funny, I feel my pants. I thought I was a taxi driver, not a deep sea diver. When I want to pass, I would mash the gas. I was a taxi driver. I say I was a taxi driver, not a deep sea diver. When I want to pass, I would mash the gas. I was a taxi driver. No more taxi driving, no more deep sea diving. After all I've been through, I can say to you, no taxi driving, no more taxi driving. No more deep sea diving. After all I've been through, I can say to you, no taxi driving. No more taxi driving. No more deep sea diving. After all I've been through, I can say to you, no taxi driving. No more taxi driving. No more deep sea diving. After all I've been through, I can say to you, no taxi driving. No more taxi driving. No more deep sea diving. After all I've been through, I can say to you, no taxi driving. No more taxi driving, no more deep sea diving. After all I've been through, I can say to you, no taxi driving. No more taxi driving, no more deep sea diving. After all I've been through, I can say to you, no taxi driving. No more taxi driving, no more deep sea diving. After all I've been through, I can say to you, no taxi driving. No taxi driving, no deep sea diving.
And I say, boy, my island's in the sun, 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 sun. Bring it up now. And I say, boy, my island's in the sun. Carnival time is here. Cause when I turn to party, it's drunk and they got me wet. So, boy, my island's in the sun. Carnival time is here. We could be wake and scraping, winding up and misbehaving.
Tonight, a gas price hike could be seen earlier than most are expecting, as early as tomorrow, according to retailers. Also, mixed reviews being expressed on the Prime Minister's Creative Conference. We'll tell you all about it. And later, the last major party in the 2026 race officially launches its first 100 days in office plan. Eyewitness News starts now.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Janelle Longley. Thanks for joining us. Topping news tonight, it's a rush to the pumps this evening for some consumers trying to catch the latest of lower gas prices. In just a matter of hours, the cost is expected to climb. Our Daniel Dean has the details in tonight's top story.
Well, the wait is over and the impact is immediate. Gas prices are set to spike at midnight, hitting drivers right in their pockets with an increase of just over $1 per gallon. We spoke with the president of the Bahamas Petroleum Retailers Association, Vasco Bastian, who confirmed the hike, saying prices will jump by $1.02.
At midnight tonight, one of the major wholesalers will be increasing their gas at the pump, as well as the diesel will be followed the day after. The two other wholesalers, in all honesty, probably will be follow suit within another couple of days. But that change would only be for one of the major wholesalers.
Bastian also confirming Esso as the primary wholesaler driving the change. And while there were earlier warnings from many Bahamians, this increase still feels sudden and hard to absorb.
But it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. You need your transportation to get to and from work daily, dropping the kids off, going to the grocery store, different things like that.
And it's not just drivers. Industries that depend on diesel are expected to take an even harder hit, with diesel prices expected to jump by as much as $1.50.
It will impact the fellas tremendously, because when they could have made one or two runs on a full tank, now they would have to minimize their runs on that full tank.
Williams says despite the increase, they're holding the line on service fees for now, but admits that may not last. Owner of Roker's gas station, Peter Roker, also weighing in.
Motorists, you can say, okay, you know what, I can catch a lift with me or anybody else. The dump truck can't do that. They use diesel. And that's going to definitely have a very, in my opinion, grave effect. That's about 30%. Going to have a grave effect on the economy.
Roker now urging government not to increase VAT on fuel, warning that any additional tax burden could push costs even higher for consumers.
My advice would be, it's maybe difficult for government to say all of a sudden we don't have this income. It's a big part of the income. But I think the responsible thing to do would be to say, let's pay the VAT on what gas is normally sold at. I think they can do that. I think they should do that.
And while officials say they regret the increase, they admit the reality that the Bahamas remains vulnerable to global oil shocks until long-term energy solutions are in place. Danielle Dean, Eyewitness News.
Well, Free National Movement Senator candidate Darvin Russell responding to the pending spike in gas prices tonight, claiming that the party foresaw and proposed a plan to avoid the adverse impact on the economy that's now imminent.
Gas is going over $6.50 tonight. You heard me, tonight. And I need you to remember something. 3 weeks ago, the FNM stood up and warned this government. We saw the conflict in the Middle East, pushing oil prices higher around the world. We knew it was coming here, and we put a specific plan on the table before it hit to protect Bahamian families at the pump. We called on this government to cap the VAT charge on fuel. Simple. Targeted. It had worked in Barbados during the last global oil spike. The blueprint already existed. All Philip Davis had to do was follow it. He did nothing. And now tonight, you're going to feel it.
That was the Free National Movement candidate for Centerville, not senator. Allegations of environmental violations and unsafe working conditions are surfacing on a private island operated by a major cruise line after a Bahamian employee says he was fired for speaking out. Our Linton Ritchie Jr. has the details in this report.
A Bahamian employee claims he was fired after reporting serious environmental concerns and dangerous working conditions on a private island owned by a major cruise line. Dylan Moxie says just 40 days into the job, he reported more than 7 alleged infractions to government agencies and was terminated soon after.
Retaliated against numerous times. I was threatened verbally harassed by senior management, and in the short time frame that I was there, the lives of Bahamians and expats were put in danger.
Moxie claims the issues were not minor, pointing to alleged water contamination, food safety risk, and a massive fire he says threatened lives, air quality, and Bahamian reefs. Eyewitness News obtaining video of that fire, reportedly at the island's waste site, with Moxie claiming it burned for 2 weeks straight. He alleges workers were required to help battle the blaze without proper equipment, despite the presence of hazardous material.
Batteries, plastics, PVC, pallets, oil cans, paint cans, aerosol cans. The level of exposure, I'm thinking 98% of that time spent was without the appropriate apparatus.
The Department of Environmental Planning and Protection confirming to Eyewitness News that they have received reports of non-compliance on the key, with a site visit now pending. The company maintains Moxie was terminated for failing probation, but he disputes that, saying he was never given a job description and arguing the explanation does not add up.
At no point was any reprimand, any sort of performance management process ever levied against me. So for probation to be a 90-day period and 44 days in to be told I failed it, by what metric did I fail probation?
Moxie says his decision to speak out is not about his job, but about what he believes are serious environmental and safety concerns that need urgent attention. Linton Ritchie Jr., Eyewitness News.
Now, Eyewitness News did attempt to reach out to local officials from the private key for a response on Moxie's allegations and the investigation launched by the Department of Environmental Planning and Protection. However, no response has been offered up to news time. And switching gears a bit, the general public still in the dark regarding the status of government sale of the Grand Lucayan Resort. Back in late February, Eyewitness News online business team reported that the sale of the resort to Concord had fallen through. At the time, the developers issued a rare statement promising to provide details within 2 weeks. However, 1 month later, still no clarity to the deal has been provided, making it the first and only statement from Concord since agreeing to buy the property in May of 2025. That deal, signed with Concord Wilshire Capital through its subsidiary, Ancient Waters Bahamas Limited, valued the Grand Lucayan at $120 million, with plans for an $827 million redevelopment. Since that statement, more than 200 resort employees have been let go, and Deputy Prime Minister and the Minister of Tourism, Investment and Aviation, Chester Cooper, while fielding questions from reporters today, was asked for an update about the deal.
I think you should reach out to Concord and get their statement. I think they indicated they would make a further statement. Feel free to reach out with them directly.
So from your position as...
I have no more comments on it.
In news from the crime beat, a 46-year-old man in Abaco, the center of a police investigation, suspected of committing suicide. According to police on the ground, the man was reported missing on Sunday after he was last seen at home. A search was launched and his body was discovered Monday morning hanging from a tree. A local doctor examined the body and pronounced him dead on scene. Investigations into this matter are said to be ongoing. Police are also investigating the circumstances surrounding a 19-year-old American male who is being accused of sexually assaulting a 13-year-old girl on board a cruise ship some 15 nautical miles off West Grand Bahama. Officers from Celebration Key Police Station were notified around 7:30 Sunday morning by a security official from the port facility after the victim's mother reported her missing at approximately 2:17 a.m. Now, sometime around 3:30 a.m., the girl was located and reported to her mother that a male passenger had sexually assaulted her. She described the suspect as having a dark complexion and a slim build with a plaited hairstyle and tattoos on both forearms. The victim told police she encountered him on the night of Friday, March 27th on deck 9, where they became acquainted. She then followed him to his cabin on deck 2 to charge her phone. During this time, she alleges that he inappropriately touched her and committed the sexual assault. Investigations are said to be ongoing. And a man was shot in the leg following a verbal dispute in the Nassau Village community. According to preliminary reports, shortly after 5 p.m. Sunday on Sampson Street, the victim arrived at the hospital with a gunshot wound to his right leg after being transported by a private vehicle. Police say the man was involved in a verbal dispute with someone known to him near a park when the suspect allegedly shot him as he attempted to flee. Investigations into this matter are also ongoing. And in other news, the government's creative conference hosted at Bahamas Sunday being handed its fair share of scrutiny over interpretations of the Prime Minister's message. Our Linton Ritchie Jr. has more on this.
The government is setting the record straight, saying claims that it plans to create an agency to pay influencers are simply not true. Officials say the Prime Minister's comments were mischaracterized and that the real focus is modernizing how public information is shared.
Meet me in the middle. Bring your discipline, bring your talent, bring your work ethic, bring your ideas. More importantly, bring your hunger. We make the investment, we open the gate, we give you the tools, then we ask you, step through and make the most of the chance before you.
Officials say that includes working with digital creators, just as government already pays for services across radio, television, and print. They stress this is not a new payout system, but an expansion of existing communication strategies.
So we are reaching out to companies such as OpenEye and Meta, TikTok, X, and others, because we are making the case that talent and capability exists right here in the Bahamas.
That message comes as government looks to close what it describes as a growing gap in public information. Officials say yesterday's conference, which brought together content creators, agencies, and tech platform representatives, was only the beginning. Discussions focus on not just communication, but also on monetization, an opportunity for Bahamian creators, and the Prime Minister signaling a broader shift in approach.
I want a country full of gate openers. I want a country where one success story creates 10 more and more. I want a country where a young creator from Cat Island, Andros, Grand Bahama, Lutrix, Zuma, Abaco, Long Island, or New Providence feels that there's room for them too.
The government also welcoming the leadership of Ambassador Greg Michaeler, who has responsibility for technology and artificial intelligence in advancing these efforts. At the heart of it all, officials say this is a two-part goal: use creators to close the public information gap and create pathways for Bahamians to earn directly from digital platforms. Linton Ritchie Jr., Eyewitness News.
Well, on to today's digital poll. Government is moving to boost the digital economy by encouraging ministries to work with Bahamian creatives, while also rejecting claims that influencers will receive direct payouts through a new agency. Prime Minister Philip Davis says the focus is on using local talent for public communication and helping creators earn through goal platforms, not government payouts. Well, Eyewitness News turned to social media posing the question, do you support the government's approach to Bahamian creatives? 52% of participants voted yes, it will create real opportunities and income. 18% voted no, it still feels like favoritism or unfair access. 26% voted they should offer direct payouts instead. 4% voted not sure. Be sure to follow and vote on our Eyewitness News digital polls posted daily. And in other news, the Coalition of Independents were the first out the gate back in 2024 with the release of their first batch of candidates for the upcoming election. And yesterday, they rounded up the major parties' campaign launches with the launch of their first 100 days in office plan. Party leader Lincoln Bain asserts that the party means business from day one.
Normally, they come into office, go on vacation, have a honeymoon. That's not going to happen with us. Just like you saw Trump signing executive orders from day one, we are going to be doing the same thing.
Immigration, healthcare, cost of living, and energy. Key issues a Coalition of Independents government would tackle in its first 100 days. Deputy Leader Veronica McIver presented the healthcare plan, which includes salary increases for nurses, competitive wages to bring Bahamian healthcare professionals back home, and plans to implement universal healthcare.
Where we assign a health advisor to every Bahamian citizen who wants to be enrolled in that program. You will have an app that you could communicate with your health advisor. More than likely it will be a physician.
Which draws questions on how this will all be funded. Successive governments have attempted to follow through with similar commitments, but have cited financial roadblocks along the way.
One of the things we're going to do in the first 10 days is table the free healthcare transitions bill. Now, what that's going to do, that's going to allow us to charge $50 on every tourist, whether they come by ship or by plane, to allow us to help in funding some of our costs in healthcare.
Other major legislation a COI government would introduce, Bain says land reform, making all Bahamians eligible for 1 acre of Crown land.
Now, we know that we cannot issue in 100 days Crown land to everybody, but that will be the beginning of the process.
He also says that a COI government would move to transition the Bahamas to a republic.
We want to change our system so that we are our own man now. We've been a teenager for so long, and now it's time to stand up and be ourselves.
But whether these plans will see formal activation is up to the voting populace on Election Day, which still also remains a mystery. And to that point, Bain says under his administration and in his first 100 days, a fixed date will be finalized.
Ingram said that he and Christie made an agreement to always have it in May. That was their agreement. Who do they think they are? This country is not owned by you. It should be put into the law.
Well, the party also rounded off its election slate for the upcoming election last evening. Bakira Grant Taylor rounding off that slate as the party's pick for the Central and South Eleuthera seat. The seat is currently held by Minister of Works and Family Island Affairs Clay Sweeting and to be challenged by Free National Movement candidate Philippa Kelly. Taylor, who is a farmer by profession, says she has lived on the island of Eleuthera for some 9 years now, and she says that she's been around long enough to be fully abreast of what the constituency needs and is ready to work.
In regards to our educational system, our healthcare system, our power, our light, the list goes on. But I want to just plug in for the hardcore things that I'm really passionate about, the people of Eleuthera are crying about and has to change. In reference to our light situation, there is a dire need for upgrade in our electrical system on the island. We've been promised a solar farm and still have not seen it yet. We have issues in regards to our water system. With our water system, we can't understand for the likes of us why a contracted company is given millions of dollars to basically sell us our own water. It makes no sense to us.
Taylor says she's already hit the ground running with walkabouts, but will also incorporate pop-ups for residents in the constituency she's hoping to represent. Another key issue she raised in the constituency currently held by Works Minister Clay Sweeting is road infrastructure.
Contract, $163 million contract. It took the road workers almost a year to come from the southern end of the island to come and pave the roads of the northern part of the island where I live. I had to reach out to make phone calls because people normally call me. Believe it or not, I'm not a politician, but I normally get phone calls when stuff is going on and people want answers. I got a phone call a few weeks ago because the road situation was so bad to ask them, when are you coming to the north? Thankfully, they finally did come, but they came a little late because just last year, due to bad potholes, there was a gentleman who ran off the road and died 2 weeks after his wife died, now leaving orphans behind because of delayed work that could have possibly been done quicker and sooner.
Still talking election news, Parliamentary Commissioner Harrison Thompson is urging Bahamians to verify their voter information early ahead of the upcoming general election. Thompson says additional teams have been assigned to satellite stations. Separate lines will be created for verification and registration services, and a hotline will be introduced to ease the process. First-time voters are being told to register in the constituency where they live using a passport. court, while returning voters who remain in the same area can still vote with valid identification, even without a voter's card. Thompson also outlined transfer rules for those who have moved, noting that persons who relocated more than 12 months ago must transfer their registration to their current constituency. Verification and biometric voter cards are encouraged but are not required once voters are properly registered and can provide valid identification. While in other news, following the death of a motorcyclist in a hit-and-run accident in Exuma last week, Dr. Michael Darville says larger family islands can soon expect more than one ambulance per island. The family of 29-year-old Dino Roll told Eyewitness News that after he was struck off his bike and suffered severe head injuries, he took nearly 1 hour for an ambulance to arrive. He was later pronounced dead at the Exuma healthcare facility. Darville is now assuring Family Island residents that their concerns will be addressed and corrected.
The thing with Exuma, it's a big island, and there's always a question of whether or not you should have more than one. Well, the reality is yes. In order to transcend the full length of Exuma from the clinic, it's a long space. And so we are now working the logistics on how to have at least 2 ambulances on our larger islands for the logistics in the event of action and movement for individuals that may be further away, particularly in the Georgetown clinic. And so the resident Exuma could rest assured that the 1 ambulance that is in existence has to be expanded to at least 2. We like to do more, but there are limitations and the cost for training manpower resources, and to have these EMT specialists sitting around waiting for an emergency has to be cost effective, and the Ministry of Health is ensuring that we're able to do it and to maintain it.
Darville also says training is currently underway in the capital to prepare to deploy more healthcare staff to support healthcare on the islands.
We're lucky that we just got a cohort of EMT specialists who graduated from the PHA Academy that are going through their final training, and most of them will be deployed to our family islands. We want to make sure that the ambulance arrive, the maintenance program is in place, we have an EMT operator, our nurses and doctors are fully familiar with how the system works, so that we will provide excellent ground transportation on the island.
Well, residents of Eleuthera are one step closer to enjoying upgrades to the glass window bridge. Government signing a pre-contract with the Island Site Development Limited for the bridge's construction today. Though the initial estimated budget for the reconstruction of the glass window bridge was $86 million, the selected contractor bid below this amount at $17 million.
They have been approved for the main construction works, and we want to ensure that we maintain between these phases to improve efficiency and reduce construction risk at the project as the project progresses. The glass window bridge is far more than a landmark. It is the only vehicular link connecting North and South Eleuthera, and it plays a vital role in the daily movement of residents and business and tourists and emergency services across the island. For many years, the existing structure has faced significant challenges. It is frequently overtopped by ocean swells, and its condition has raised ongoing concerns about safety and reliability.
Now, the minister says the upcoming general election was not a catalyst for this next step, but that the step came naturally after the ministry followed the necessary protocol. The contract signing enables Island Site Development to get started with phase 1 of the project, which is valued at $400,000 and is expected to be completed in 2 to 3 months, while the main project is expected to take 2 years.
The bridge is a total new bridge at the site. It would be on the calm side of the site. It will be raised 16 feet above existing road level and 60 feet out. So it's a 200-foot long bridge that will cross the existing land mass. So it's very an excellent project. We've done been through 18 months of procurement, and ISD were the selected tenderer. So currently at the moment we're just going through some protocols for funding for the project. The proposed funding is from the UK Export Funding Alliance, so we're just going for some protocol, and we are looking to wrap up that process within the next few months. So this is why we decided to do some pre-works so as to be able to complete the project as quickly as possible.
Well, we've added another access point to make sure that you're up to date with news. Follow the Eyewitness News new WhatsApp channel by scanning the QR code on your screen or visiting our social media pages for a direct link. And while you're there, don't forget to follow Eyewitness News on Instagram and Facebook. And if you've got a news tip or if you see news in the making, call the Eye on News hotline at 397-6397. We also invite you to send your letters to the editor for publication on all of our social media platforms at eyewitnessnewsbahamas@gmail.com. And if you're watching on our Facebook or YouTube page, share your thoughts about today's stories in the comments section. We want to hear from you. We are just getting started in Eyewitness News, but when we come back, a local station is adjusting its frequency to accommodate Japanese vehicles. We've got that story coming up. And later, the IL Cares Foundation does it big to celebrate Easter. We've got more on that right after this break.
Vibes is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the vibes back. At BTC, we understand your vibes because we live it. That's why we are dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You are at the heart of everything we do. Our commitment is to keep your vibes flowing, no matter what.
Got that crispy onions crunch, take a bite, it's a smile. Sweet onion sauce drip, happy running down my side. Pepper jack cheese, bring a little playful wild. Brioche bun soft like a cloud on this ride. Oh, let's get chicky with it. Hey, taste the sweet side of things. Every single bite, so litty. Got my whole crew doing their thing. Crispy onions, sweet onion sauce. Pepper jack cheese, going off. Brioche bun, sitting pretty. Let's get
KFC, it's finger-licking good.
It's back, Agri-Expo 2026, presented by the Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources, April 10th through 12th at the Gladstone Road Agriculture Center. Agriculture, our heritage, our future, comes alive with the latest farming technologies, exciting cooking demonstrations and competitions, Bahamian farmers and vendors from across the islands, fun for the kids at the kitty corner, nightly musical concerts, and free admission for everyone. Bring the whole family and celebrate what feeds our nation. Agri-Expo 2026. Let's get growing.
New roads and airports are connecting our islands. Energy reform is bringing electricity prices down, while young Bahamians are stepping up, gaining new skills for new opportunities. Respect for workers, support for entrepreneurs. We're modernizing energy and infrastructure across our islands and preparing Bahamians to succeed in a new economy. Transformations this big take time. Let's choose progress.
Bahamian ownership in fly fishing is very important. Not only does it create opportunities for Bahamians, this is our industry, so we're proud of what we do. Opportunity is important. It's the story of my life, because with the opportunities, you can chart your own course. Prime Minister Davis and his team see the opportunities by providing these grants and what it can do for our country. It's just wonderful, and I'm glad to see these ventures working so that other people can get involved. This is real. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's help ourselves.
There are a lot of new opportunities in our country. We are building an economy that includes everyone. And you chose to come to BTVI.
The best place to learn.
Expanding and updating BTVI.
It prepared me for the future to be an entrepreneur.
And this is what this is all about. We are creating more opportunities for more Bahamians, because opportunity is the key to success.
Spring into savings at Grand Bahama Tiles. For a limited time, enjoy 20% off store-wide and bring fresh new life into your home. From your kitchen to your bathroom to your bedroom, discover colors and styles that inspire every space. Come on in, find the perfect fit, and take it home today. Join us for this exclusive 3-day sale, March 31st through April 2nd. Visit Grand Bahama Tiles today and refresh your home for less.
This segment of Eyewitness News is brought to you by EV Motors Fleet Sales Division. For 2026 commercial vehicles, call 821-2403 today.
Welcome back. Here's a look at your Eyewitness News gas tracker. Esso gas station at $5.45 per gallon. Rubis gas station, the lowest right now at $5.31 per gallon. And Shell gas station, the highest this week at $5.77. This is Eyewitness News, and welcome back. Well, there's no doubt that there's a large market for Japanese vehicles here in the Bahamas, and today a local radio station changed its frequency to accommodate drivers of the right-hand drive vehicles who commonly face the issues of not being able to access local radio stations. Cheryl Brainin, co-owner of the new 86.7 XFM, formerly 105.7 FM, shares what motivated the move.
The Japanese vehicles could only get nothing. So we decided, me and Van, my partner, Van Ferguson, that it had to be a way we can help the Japanese cars. So we decided that we can just change our signal and help 80% of the Bahamians who have Japanese vehicles. So this means that you don't have to go and get another radio to put in your car. Just turn us on.
Well, that new station, 88.7, and sponsor and owner of Roker's gas station, Peter Roker, talks about what this means for the advertisement industry.
Van's achievement really is going to affect about 50,000 people. And that's a statement. So there'll be about 50,000 people that have Van's radio on. This translates to many different businesses in terms of advertising, because you got 50,000 people to advertise to. So it's a major breakthrough, and I'm very proud to have been a sponsor from day one.
Well, health officials are now eyeing a May 2026 opening for the country's newly relocated National Reference Laboratory, as construction has been completed and focus shifts to installing equipment and furnishing the facility. Eyewitness News touring the new lab, where medical officials will soon be housed, marking the end of operations at the old Royal Victoria Hotel site, a structure dating back to the 1870s. Director of the National Reference Laboratory, Dr. Indira Martin, says the aging facility had become a strain on operations as all viral testing was carried out within the outdated space, calling the move to a modern facility a much-needed relief.
So this is a great move up for us in terms of the facility, the quality of the environment, the ability to grow. For the country, it's also a big moment because, again, we are the lab that, for example, led the COVID testing during the pandemic. If there's another pandemic that involves a virus, it will be us again. And we're also branching out to other diagnostics of public health significance. Currently sequencing for COVID-19 as well as influenza variants. We're about to expand that to dengue, to look at the various strains of dengue in country. And more importantly, we're going to use this data to not only look at the strains, but to actually compile a picture of how viruses are moving through the Bahamas archipelago. And that'll allow us, from the policy standpoint, to be able to intervene hopefully more readily should any virus come in country. So it provides greater epidemiological intelligence on the whole to the surveillance system.
With the construction of the new facility priced at just under $2 million being funded through the Inter-American Development Bank, officials say it's a step toward progressing healthcare.
The IDB is particularly pleased to have been able to support the people of the Bahamas in the strengthening of their health systems and in putting in place critical health infrastructure such as this.
We've been boasting of tourism in the excess of 12 million, and that requires a lot of surveillance for airborne as well as waterborne diseases. We talk about COVID-19, we talk about HIV, other infectious diseases. We talk about gene sequencing. All of these things now are able to take place in the country. I'm so happy that we are on the final stages of opening this facility so that we can begin now to expand the work that we're doing in the country for viral testing, to protect Bahamians and to protect our number one industry, which is tourism.
Well, the Ministry of Labor and Public Service announcing the appointment of Kendrick Knowles Sr. as Executive Chairman of the National Training Agency. Knowles had a 39-year career at the Bahamas Telecommunications Company, where he advanced from trainee technician to senior manager, playing a key role in expanding national connectivity and infrastructure. Minister of Labor and Public Service Pia Glover-Roll said his leadership experience aligns closely with the agency's mission to prepare Bahamians for meaningful employment. Knowles succeeds Agatha Marcel, whose more than 40 years of service helped shape the NTA's foundation and growth. Well, two sites are some 7,700 plus miles away, but are now sisters. That's Nassau, Bahamas, and Nassau, Germany. The two cities, that is, signed a partnership Monday through the Ministry of Tourism to strengthen ties in culture, education, economic development, and trade. Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism, Investment and Aviation Chester Cooper says the agreement will open doors for both countries.
Sometimes it takes a spark to make big things happen. Yes, we have diplomatic relationships, but we want to expand tourism and trade and culture. Students moving between our respective countries. Maybe one day we will have Gumbay in Nassau, Germany. Who knows? It's the beginning, really, of the possibility of expanding tourism, trade, and culture between our respective countries. And over time, this relationship, I expect, will continue to build and grow.
Well, the mayor of Nassau, Germany, reflected on the new partnership, highlighting several projects already underway.
Since taking office in 2019, I have maintained a very good relationship with Claudia Majunke and the Bahamas Tourism Center in Königstein. She supports our Bahamas Night event and has visited us in Nassau several times together with representatives of the tourism sector. Sehr herzlich. Ladies and gentlemen, meine sehr geehrten Damen und Herren, I'm very pleased that today we can give the starting signal for our official partnership.
Well, the Isle Cares hosted its annual Easter extravaganza on Saturday at the University of the Bahamas, a day filled with fun, laughter, and the Easter spirit. Our Rebecca Bain brings us the details.
Thanks weeks you can't resist, brightly colored Easter baskets, and a day packed with fun for the entire family. Well, that was the scene at this year's Isle Cares Easter Extravaganza. Children filled the grounds enjoying face painting, bouncing castles, and even friendly dance competitions, creating a feeling that can't help but to linger.
I feel so fun. I love it. I'm feeling very excited.
Known for impacting communities across the Bahamas, Isle Cares COO Adriana Fox says events like these are all about building a stronger sense of community.
It's for the kids to enjoy Easter, the celebration. They work hard so far for the school year. Isle Cares always want to touch the communities, touch the kids, and do whatever it is to put a smile on people's face. Because at the end of the day, look around.
Their outfits from Sunday last week. Asking about when Saturday come in, when Saturday come in.
For some parents, especially those attending for the first time, the experience exceeded expectations, wishing events like this were around when they were children.
I don't remember us having a lot of stuff to do like this. You'll have to make your own little fun, go to the beach, stuff like that. It's more than I expected, when it comes to the rides and what they have to offer. I'm impressed.
And when it comes to excitement, this year Isle Cares went even bigger, introducing amusement rides usually only seen during the Christmas season, giving children the feeling of two holidays in one.
The boat ride. I like to go on that ride and get Easter eggs. My favorite ride is the swinging thing.
And while the event was nothing short of a child's dream, CEO Sebastian Bastian says he hopes it also serves as a reminder of the true meaning of the season.
Easter season is all about Jesus Christ, and that's a very important thing for us to always keep top of mind.
And I'm just happy and excited to be able to do this for the community and give back in this way.
And as Easter celebrations continue in the weeks ahead, IOCARE says other islands can expect similar events. And for those who are already getting their taste of the Easter spirit, they are already looking forward to next year.
All right, next time we bring in more kids.
Rebecca Bain, Eyewitness News.
Well, still to come in Eyewitness News, Scotiabank is shining the spotlight on women in business for International Women's Month. But first, here's a check on tonight's weather forecast.
Looking to save this March? Look no further. Shop the specials at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Seabass tuna, 5 ounces, 84 cents. Green cabbage, 99 cents per pound. Riceland parboiled rice, 5 pounds, $3.89. Hellmann's mayonnaise, 30 ounces, $7.59. Chicken leg quarters, 10-pound bag, $1.15 per pound. Turn shopping madness into saving gladness when you shop the specials at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
Scotiabank knows your first home is where you finally get to say, "This is me." It's where memories grow, inch by inch. It's where hosting creates income and where your home can become a business. Or where little Pete take their very first step into a future you've worked so hard to build. And we know how important it is to capture those special moments. At Scotiabank, our goal is to help you find a home for your firsts.
I go into the shop and what I see, the things what they tryna sell for tea. I come to bring it back where I get it from, and then they tell me they don't give refund. I say, girl, who is you? I want my money back cause this thing ain't new. She tell me slide out, move off the line. I ain't gonna lie, nearly lose my mind. Time now, I just tryna get straight, you know, but they won't rob me. But I don't know, so I walk off, got out of sight, cause that's enough robbery for me in one night. March off like a marching man, call Consumer Protection Commission. When they pick up, I file a complaint, and quick as that, I get my money back, but don't mess with the CPC. Don't mess with the CPC, hey, don't mess with the CPC, cause why? They here to protect me. Follow the Consumer Protection Commission Bahamas Facebook page to stay up to date on tips that protect you as a consumer. It's your boy, the Immune Trick.
Let's go, hustle, hustle, hustle. All right, get up, get up, get up. Y'all can't be tired already. I only was one lap.
My mommy tell my daddy that she needed some money. So my daddy tell her that she needs to go to Island Lock.
Okay.
Ooh, that sounds like my mommy too. Every time my phone makes a certain noise, she always gotta go pick something up.
Oh, shoot.
Coach, what type of phone that is? You look like you need some money on your account. You want me to call my daddy?
Don't worry, Coach. My daddy worked till live, and I know they have one big sale coming up. I sure we could get one new Necto for you. See mine?
Hey.
Ready for church, Grammy? You still hiding your money under this mattress?
I ain't putting my money in no bank or no credit union. My money protected right here with me for my peace of mind.
It's 2025, Grammy, and I promise you, nobody after your money. But if one of those institutions do get mashed up, your money's still protected.
So, why I gotta pay for my money to be protected?
Oh man, Grammy, with those DIC member institutions, your deposit already protected automatically.
So, I ain't gotta hide money around the house no more?
Don't say that too loud, Grammy. You're looking to get robbed. With the Deposit Insurance Corporation of the Bahamas, your savings, checking, and fixed deposits are protected up to $50,000 per depositor per member institution.
You're watching Eyewitness News.
Welcome back. Tonight, in partnership with Scotiabank Bahamas, our Laurencia Smith highlights a medical doctor who is redefining what it means to run a business as a woman who's given a lot to gain.
When one thinks of doctors in private practice, the focus is often on patient care. But for some, the role extends far beyond the exam room. Dr. Natisha Ramming is one of them, the founder of Ramming's Medical Center. She's not only treating patients, but also running a growing business. Her journey, she says, began 8 years ago, transitioning from public to private practice.
A patient doesn't want to come to you and feel as if you're just targeting what's going on medically. When you can now speak to a patient about their mental health, their spiritual health, and their physical health, it really makes wonders in this business.
Ramming's Medical Center, located on Shirley Street and Moss Lane, offers more than just family care.
So basically, this is a medical center. We have a lot of different businesses in here. We have the medical clinic, we have the pharmacy, we have a lab, we also have dentistry, we have aesthetic medicine, and we also have radiology.
Like many entrepreneurs, she says having the right financial support has been key. Dr. Ramming pointed to her long-standing relationship with Scotiabank, which she says has supported both her personal and business needs. She adds that the bank has helped her navigate the shift into the digital banking era, making day-to-day operations more effective. But when it comes to that shift, she says the human contact still matters, creating a support with her personal bank manager, Talithia Mackey.
If my card machine goes down, I can call Talithia, leave a message on her phone, send her a quick email. She's going to get that fixed today. You know the saying that says, I have 99 problems, but my business banking ain't one? That's how important it is.
Mackey agreeing, saying flexibility and personal services are key to supporting clients.
There's a lot of times she can't step out. So if I have to see her between her seeing someone, I know that, okay, she has 15 minutes. I can pop in if I need her for anything. So it's important to have that relationship with our clients, to have that flexibility.
As Scotia continues to highlight women in business, the initiative also underscores a broader push for financial empowerment, a message aligned with the spirit of International Women's Day, Give to Gain. And Dr. Ramming shares what she has given and gained.
The time, you're always constantly working. It's not like a 9 to 5 where at 5 o'clock you get off. No, you're constantly working.
What are some of the things that you have gained throughout this journey?
Opening an entire huge facility. I think I probably have the biggest and best facility in the Bahamas.
Laurencia Smith, Eyewitness News.
Great job, Laurencia. And still to come in Eyewitness News Sports, our Laurencia Smith is back with the latest sports updates. Laurencia?
Good evening, Janelle. Well, I have some very exciting news as Bahamian athletes continue to make their mark on the international stage. I'll tell you which sport straight ahead in sports.
Looking for insurance that fits your lifestyle and your budget? At Star General Insurance, we've got you covered. Whether it's motor insurance with flexible options for third-party liability and comprehensive coverage, or commercial insurance products that protect your business, we have choices you can afford. Own a home or renting? Our home insurance products have just what you need. And for the adventurers out there, we offer marine insurance too. Visit our website or social media pages for contact information and quotes. Star General, insurance made simple.
Very dry, tight, sensitive skin? Relieve it in 60 seconds with Aveeno Skin Relief. With soothing triple oat complex, clinically proven to heal and strengthen dry skin. Aveeno, your skin stronger.
Don't let diarrhea steal your sunshine. Imodium Multi-Symptom Relief gets to work fast in just 1 hour, offering our most complete relief from diarrhea, bloating, gas, and cramps. So you can get diarrhea off your mind. Imodium. Calm the chaos of diarrhea.
This is definitely the time for BAMSI to continue to build on the progress that we've made. There's now drone technology, there's now year-round container farming, you have hydroponics, you have aquaponics, you have precision farming. There have been record numbers of enrollments, record numbers of flat fishing certifications. We've had record enrollments in our online courses. Students from across the family of islands, because in BAMSI we're not just cultivating produce, we're cultivating producers.
At the Water and Sewage Corporation, safety and convenience are our top priorities. However, our meter readers face challenges that can make their job difficult. Locked gates to guard dogs sometimes leads to missed readings and estimated bills, which can be frustrating for you and us. That's why we're upgrading to digital meters. They bring safety, accuracy, and convenience to homes across the Bahamas. We can streamline data collection, reduce on-site visits, and provide more accurate bills with no more estimates. Digital meters also help detect leaks early, saving you from costly bills and reducing water waste. Soon, a user-friendly app will let you track your water usage, manage bills, and stay informed, all at your fingertips. Over the next year, we're rolling out digital meters nationwide, transforming how we serve you with a safer and cost-efficient water supply. To learn about our digital meters, visit our website or call us today. And don't forget to update your information at any of our locations.
Comfort Suites Paradise Island is the best-kept secret in the Bahamas. Located directly next door to the Atlantis Resort, you'll receive all the privileges of an Atlantis guest with all the benefits of a Comfort Suite stay. Enjoy everything Atlantis has to offer, including Aquaventure Water Park, plus all the amenities of Comfort Suites. Free Wi-Fi, free breakfast daily, and kids stay, play, and eat free. Visit ComfortSuitesPI.com.
At BOB, we take pride in our business banking.
I chose Bank of the Bahamas because it was a Bahamian-owned bank. The bank has certainly supported our evolution through overdraft facilities, purchasing of equipment, facilitating of salary payments, and I really believe that Bank of the Bahamas is able to help in the development of the local economy. I would truly recommend the services at Bank of the Bahamas.
Spring into savings at Grand Bahama Tiles. For a limited time, enjoy 20% off store-wide and bring fresh new life into your home. From your kitchen to your bathroom to your bedroom, discover colors and styles that inspire every space. Come on in, find the perfect fit, and take it home today. Join us for this exclusive 3-day sale, March 31st through April 2nd. Visit Grand Bahama Tiles today and refresh your home for less.
Eyewitness Sports is brought to you by 103.5 The Beat.
Welcome to another edition of Eyewitness Sports. I'm Laurencia Smith. Thanks for joining us. Kicking things off in sports tonight, we're on the judo mat. Bahamian judo athletes Kara Hanna, Xavion Johnson, and Tara Bain had an amazing performance at the Guatemala Senior Central America and Caribbean Cup 2026 over in Guatemala this past weekend. Hannah had been aiming for a top 3 finish and a spot at the Central America and Caribbean Games in the women's 78-kilogram class and achieved both goals, marking a major milestone in her judo career.
Be able to come back with the bronze medal, seeing that, about the shortfall back in Panama, and, it feels great to win. It's not what I expected, but I did my best, and by the grace of God, I did prevail,
Johnson also had a strong showing in Guatemala in the men's 73-kilogram class. He advanced up to 16 rounds. Also having a strong performance, advancing to 16 rounds, was Bain in the 57-kilogram class. Now, the Bahamian athletes will return to competition at the Panama Senior Championships set for April 18th through the 19th. All the best. Now let's head on over to the tennis court. Tennis fans were treated to an exciting showdown over at the Tennis Center at Bahamas this past Thursday and Friday as the facility hosted its inaugural Gentlemen's Singles Shootout in partnership with Mason Bahamas. The tournament featured 12 competitors battling it on the hard court Thursday, kicking off with the round-robin format, ensuring that every player got plenty of court time. On Friday, the action moved to a knockout stage
with Thursday top 4 finisher strategically placed in separate sections of the draw. When the dust settled, William McCartney claimed the championship, defending visiting hotel Finco Coco from Washington, D.C., who was also enjoying vacation here in the 242. Third place went to Anthony Munnings. Fourth went to Sanjay Watkins, while the consolidation round was won by Joshua Herman, and sportsmanship honors went to Lennox Fountain.
I'm just really grateful for the event because, we don't have, it's rare that we don't have many events like this. So I'm glad that the sponsors and the tournament directors, I'm glad that everyone came together and put such a great event.
Well, that's what's making sports at this hour. Definitely stay tuned for more news on the other side of the break.
Tasha, what you saying? Girl, right here, rushing to catch J.S. Johnson. I gotta renew my insurance. Oh, I with JSJ too, but I don't wait in line. I just pay online. Stop it. How you do that? Just email info@jsjohnson.com and say, sign me up for the online service center. They'll reach out and hook you up. You ain't never have to stand in line again. Amen to that. Save time. Pay online. Sign up for J.S. Johnson's online service center today.
Insurance, peace of mind. Some burgers are simple. The Barbecue Crispy King, this one goes all in. Smoky barbecue sauce, crispy bacon, flame grilled beef, stacked high flavor in every bite. In Nassau, we don't do small, and we definitely don't do boring. And when morning hits, the Breakfast Barbecue Crispy King has that bam to start the day. Burger King Nassau, triple down on big flavor.
A lively Junkanoo lineup set the tone as Liferkey International School greeted Education Minister Glenys Hannah Martin and senior ministry officials. The minister left students with a powerful reminder to embrace their potential and strive for excellence.
Thank you for the work that you're doing and to encourage all of the young people here to really just embrace the humanness of who you are and the great potential of what you are, and let the world just see it express itself and play out. We wish you all the best as you're in the second term. You have one more term.
The program featured a variety of performances, including a harmonious selection by the school's choir. School leaders guided ministerial officials on a tour of the campus's state-of-the-art facilities, highlighting the new computer labs, recording studios, and dance studios. I'm Pryden Wilson, and this is Ed Talk.
You're watching Eyewitness News.
Lines with Shanique Miller, a very special guest, is set to answer some very important questions. That's coming up and Beyond the Headlines. That starts right after this. And that does it for us at Eyewitness News. It's certainly been a pleasure having you in our company tonight. On behalf of the entire news team, I'm Janelle Longley saying good night.
Hey, it's time to lock in your vote.
Your vote is your power.
With the new boundaries in place, you may need to transfer or confirm your voter registration.
And if you have never registered or didn't plan to vote,
don't get left out on one of the most important decisions of your future.
Make sure when election day comes, you're ready to say,
your say, your vote, your choice.
Welcome to Paradise Premium Foods, where exceptional taste meets everyday convenience. Right in the heart of Hurricane Hole Plaza, whether you're planning a beachside brunch, an intimate dinner, or simply restocking your favorites, we offer only the finest selection of local and imported goods, handpicked for quality, freshness, and flavor. At Paradise Premium Foods, shopping is effortless, service is personal, and every visit feels like a treat. From gourmet meals to go to organic essentials and indulgent treats, this is your neighborhood market elevated. Live well, eat better. Discover Paradise Premium Foods, now open at Hurricane Hole Plaza, Paradise Island. Paradise Premium Foods. Taste the difference.
Play for fun, not for funds.
In the Bahamas, we play hard, but we live smart.
We love a little competition.
A little excitement, a little thrill.
And at Island Luck, gaming is all about entertainment.
Shared moments, celebrating the wins, and enjoying the experience.
The key is simple. Play for fun, not for funds. When you set a budget before you start,
and know your limits, you stay in control.
And when you're in control, the game stays what it's meant to be.
Fun. So play for fun, not for funds.
Must be 18 and over. Island Luck reminds you that it's only a game, so please game responsibly.
Wealth should not only belong to a select few. At Investar, we believe the door should be open to everyone. We provide options for planning a better future. Our investment funds are designed to assist you in reaching your long-term financial goals. Let us show you how.
Hey, it's time to lock in your vote.
Your vote is your power.
With the new boundaries in place, you may need to transfer or confirm your voter registration.
and if you have never registered or didn't plan to vote,
don't get left out on one of the most important decisions of your future.
Make sure when election day comes, you're ready to say,
your say, your vote, your choice.
Welcome to Paradise Premium Foods, where exceptional taste meets everyday convenience. Right in the heart of Hurricane Hole Plaza, whether you're planning a beachside brunch, an intimate dinner, or simply restocking your favorites, we offer only the finest selection of local and imported goods, handpicked for quality, freshness, and flavor. At Paradise Premium Foods, shopping is effortless, service is personal, and every visit feels like a treat. From gourmet meals to go to organic essentials and indulgent treats, this is your neighborhood market elevated. Live well, eat better. Discover Paradise Premium Foods, now open at Hurricane Hole Plaza, Paradise Island. Paradise Premium Foods, taste the difference.
Play for fun.
The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by the hosts, guests, and callers on Beyond the Headlines are not necessarily those of management, ownership, or production unit of the Verizon Media Group. Beyond the Headlines is a production of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without express written permission of the Verizon Media Group. Beyond the Headlines is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2021.
From the streets of Nassau to the farthest family islands, local government was designed to put power in the hands of the people. 3 decades later, how much has really changed? Well, tonight, we hear from the leaders of the local government department, the minister himself, and the department's director, as we examine the true impact of local government in the Bahamas. This is Beyond the Headlines. Good evening. I'm Shanique Miller. Welcome to a special hour looking at local government. Has local government made life better, or is there still much work to be done? Good evening to my guests. Welcome to Beyond the Headlines. It's great to have you both here, Local Government Minister as well as Works Minister Clay Sweeting and Director of Local Government Donald Roll. Gentlemen, good evening to both of you.
Good evening, Shanique.
Good evening. Good evening, Bahamas.
It's good to have you both here.
Yep.
Pleasure.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's get started. If you had to describe the single biggest success of local government over the past 3 decades, what would it be and why?
Shanique, I think I'll take that one. So local government over the last 30 years has developed tremendously from its inception in 1996 to, under this administration, reimagining what local government would look like for the people in the Family Islands. So for me, I think that the largest impact would be the last Local Government Act, which was passed, which creates an opportunity for local government members to raise money. It decentralizes a lot of the challenges and issues that was centralized from New Providence, and it brings government closer to the people. So for me, I think the last act helps to find a niche, a proper niche, for the local councillors and the administrators in the Family Islands.
How has that been? How impactful has that been? I remember when it was passed and you came here, you talked about it, you were very happy, as well as many of the local government practitioners, about how that sort of frees them from central government and give them even more autonomy. How has that been sort of playing out since then?
Right. So they've taken the role head on, and they've been able to work within their communities to develop a lot. We've also increased the budget for local government over the past 5 years and under this administration for the first time in over 25 years. And they've been able to actually mold their communities in the way they would hope them to be. Of course, there's always more work to be done, and I think that's why we speak about progress and the progress we made and what we want to continue in the Family Islands. But they've really taken a hold of what it means to be a local council and to be a part of local government.
Mm-hmm. And Mr. Roll, if you had to describe it, how would you say local government has morphed in the last 30 years, and also perhaps the biggest single success in your view?
I think what the ministers say, I will agree with. The Local Government Act of 2024 is giving the council and the township now the authority to collect funds and to look at partnering with other organizations, nonprofit organizations, to help build their communities.
What is the role, initially 30 years ago, what is the role of local government, and has local government, and even though I know there's a new sort of set of rules and guidelines since 2024 with the new law and the amended law, but is it really taking root? Is it really being this impactful, and what it is that people need to see, sort of the power in their own hands, decision making into their own hands, that kind of thing?
Yeah, so local government, and I think we've spoken about this many times in the House of Assembly and on talk shows, that legislation is only as good as it's enacted, right? And local government, the act, is only as good as the people that become a part of the movement in the Family Islands. So if persons don't take advantage of the opportunity to play a role in governing your island, then that becomes a challenge. But you will see communities that really believe in local government and really believe what it means to be a family islander and to be a part of change. So you will see in some of these communities where the campaign to become a local council member is very competitive, and they campaign and because they want to be a part of change, and local government isn't meant to be politicized. So you'll see some communities that under either administration they thrive because they're found ways to be a part. They know what they want to do in their communities, and they utilize the resources afforded to them to make that happen.
If you were to point, and both of you, you Minister as well as you Mr. Roll, to
I gotta let Mr. Roll take this one.
Absolutely.
I know where you're going.
Right? To a community where local government is, I mean, like it's being done right. It's absolutely the vision and the idea being carried out and experienced and seen every day. Where would that be? And what's being done?
I think what you're trying to do is put me on the spot. I have 33 districts, but I will say most of them, but I think when you look at the Hope Town and Central Abaco, and they stand out. They stand out. But all of the districts are abiding and doing what is needed in their community, and they are following the laws and policies and procedures. But my opinion, when you look at those districts in terms of local governance, I will look at Hope Town and Marsh Harbor.
Mm-hmm. Now let's look at performance and reform of local government. I imagine the amended law of 2024 assists a lot with reform and performance and grading that, and maybe a recall if those officers and elected officials are not impactful and effective.
I think what is happening is we look at a system that grades these. We put a grading on these administrators. Also, it's filtered down to the council and the way they operate. So we monitor those persons with regards to the way they operate and the way they are abiding by the policies and laws that governs them.
And how do you measure that?
Well, there's many different ways of measuring it. It's based on the initiatives that you put within your communities and the way you handle and be accountable to the funds that the government provides for you, to subsistence, and also the impact that you have on your community.
And I guess how you can shape the forward movement of that community,
the economic
your vision,
movement,
and now your fundraising abilities and being able to attract investors and that type thing.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Now, should poorly performing, and have you had to do this, especially as Family Island communities are looking different now? They're looking differently. More is being required of not just the central government figure, but even the local government figure. Our communities has poorly performing officers been sort of pulled aside and say, listen, get it together or else. I mean, because this community is in need of certain things, or you should be leading in this area, and you're not.
Yeah. Like I said, we have a monitoring unit at the head office here in Nassau, and they monitor, like I said before, the finances. the way they are operating, and we look at the culture and whatever activities they have in their districts, the initiatives, and like you said before, the way they interact with foreign investors. And their duty now is not only to depend on central government to look for foreign injection in terms of economics, they're also mandated to go out and do things like that also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's look at youth involvement, because local government is now really kind of become so much more. In terms of the elected officials, you're now having youth involvement, I guess, to have as a feeder system and to get more people interested on various levels in Family Island communities. So let's talk about that. Can you speak more towards the role of the local government junior councils in engaging in youth and their voice, their presence in communities?
Yeah, so the junior local council is national, right? So we also have schools in New Providence that are a part of this program, along with the Family Island districts. And what this does, it helps to train them and show them the electoral process of local government. So they start with nomination, the same as local government elections. They go through that whole process. They have election day, they have the campaign component. Then after elected, then they are responsible for programs that tailors to their community. Mm-hmm. So it's monitors local council, but also a part of like what member of parliaments would do, right? So you know, I started in local government at a young age, and then became eventually the minister for local government. And this helps to highlight what they can do within their communities. Not only that, the local council, junior councils have a competition. So those, whether it's first, second, or third prize, are awarded money for their community.
What does that competition usually look like?
So they, whatever project that the council does within their community, they provide their accounting on the project, how they developed it, how they work together, and what that project means to the community. Then it is judged, and then they're awarded a prize. I think Inagua has done well each time. I think they won a few years ago. Last year they came second. So Inagua Junior Council has been one that has made a movement throughout the country on the work. And also Grand Bahamas done an extremely good job in that regard.
How is the local government junior council, I guess, program showing up in New Providence, though? I mean, because the islands, I know, they do what they do, but they feel more involved, more empowered, maybe to act and have a voice. But in New Providence, that's sort of overshadowed by so many things.
Yeah. Well, the local government junior council here in Nassau, we have two schools. We have the school, what's the name of it now? We have two schools here in Nassau, and they are really Anatole Rogers and L.W. Young. They are really doing a good job. And I must say, I have been in contact with those ladies and those young gentlemen, and they get the authority, and they have the impact, and they have the vision for future leadership. I think local government junior council is all about creating young minds and preparing future generations of leadership.
And I also want to add to that, Shanique. We spoke a lot over the last week when we debated the education bill, right? And there's a part in that legislation that speaks about a form of proper educational governing for special needs children, right? So one of those schools that is a part of the program is a special needs school in Beacon School in Grand Bahama that also plays a role in local governance, and exciting for the department and for the ministry to be a part of what they're doing there with that as well.
Now, of course, there's a lot to talk about when it comes to local government and where it has its tentacles, from tourism, development, agriculture, and fisheries. Of course, small business support. You heard about that they are now empowered to go after and seek investors as well to help Family Island communities further develop and evolve and to become what they're becoming, I imagine they also have a role to play in how that development looks, how the development shows up, and how their family island progresses, yet maintaining its authenticity. I'm sure that's a part of what it is. Also, as you know, Clay Sweeting here is the Member of Parliament for South and Central Eleuthera. We have done a temperature check on South and Central Eleuthera. You have been graded by my panel. Minister Sweeting, I'll tell you what they had to say when we come back, because when we come back, we will just insert a little bit here, some of what's happening in South and Central Eleuthera, including the power issues, the ongoing power issues, what's happening there. This is Beyond the Headlines. It's a special show this evening on local government celebrating 30 years in the Bahamas, and also a little bit about our minister here and his constituency that he is seeking re-election for in the upcoming general election. This is Beyond the Headlines. We're back in a moment.
Hey, it's your boy Charlie Bahama here at Superwash, Superwash's newest spokesmodel, and I'm here to tell you about Superwash's large capacity washers and dryers for all your big loads.
I know I see that Charlie Banana coming here just now.
Luckily, it's also big enough for me to hide it.
I thought he was right over here where these large capacity washer and dryers is. They're big enough now to handle your big loads, you know. Yeah, like your comfort on your blanket. But just look at us. Somebody forget to turn on the dryer. Oh, stop! Help! You hear something? Yeah, that's the sound of clean. Superwash washes you, presses you, and entertains you 24/7.
My name is Charles Wesley Gould. My organic farm is Nice Layers Organic Farm. I have 230 birds up here. I give them fresh water, pumpkin, lettuce, cabbages, all the vegetables. Anything what I eat, they eat. Right now, we sell the eggs for $7 a dozen from Monday to Friday. On Saturdays, you can get 4 dozen eggs for $21. I'll be located on Jamaica Road, the western side, Silverstone Primary School.
In a world of imagination, even a little mess can be part of the adventure. But for a truly royal snack, we need a clean slate. A few drops of Penalin dish liquid makes even dried-on paint disappear like magic. Penalin dish liquid, powerful cleaning in 3 fresh scents.
Spring into savings at Grand Bahama Tiles. For a limited time, enjoy 20% off store-wide and bring fresh new life into your home. From your kitchen to your bathroom to your bedroom, discover colors and styles that inspire every space. Come on in, find the perfect fit, and take it home today. Join us for this exclusive 3-day sale, March 31st through April 2nd. Visit Grand Bahama Tiles today and refresh your home for less.
Hey, it's time to lock in your vote.
Your vote is your power.
With the new boundaries in place, you may need to transfer or confirm your voter registration.
And if you have never registered or didn't plan to vote,
don't get left out on one of the most important decisions of your future.
Make sure when election day comes, you're ready to say,
your say, your vote, your choice.
The race to 2026 is heating up, and the nation's voice is louder than ever. Here on Beyond the Headlines, we're checking the mood, the momentum, and the message of the people. I'm Shanique Miller. Each week, we're taking the temperature of the electorate to see what's really driving the nation. Who's connecting? Who's cooling off? What issues are heating up ahead of 2026? This is Temperature Check 2026, where journalism meets the nation's heartbeat.
This segment is brought to you by EV Motors Fleet Sales Division. For 2026 commercial vehicles, call 821-2403 today.
Welcome back to Beyond the Headlines. It is a special show this hour on this Monday evening. Focus in on local government. Local government is celebrating its 30th anniversary here in the Bahamas. The Minister, Clay Sweeting, is here with his director, Donald Roll, and they are speaking about some highlights and also a reformed bill, I guess, and laws as it relates to local government as they continue to want to decentralize what happens, especially for Family Island communities where residents there and elected officials, the chief councillors and the like, can be able to determine the path and the future of their own Family Island communities. Well, speaking of Family Island communities, in this segment, I'm going to spend some time speaking with Clay Sweeting on his re-election bid for South and Central Eleuthera. I think it was over a week ago that Temperature Check did a temperature check on South and Central Eleuthera. And I can tell you this, Clay Sweeting, you would be very happy to hear this. I don't know if you saw that show or if anybody told you about it, but my panelists had South and Central Eleuthera leaning in your favor. And so let's just talk about what it is that you've been able to achieve. And there have been many opinions shared on this platform about you, about your tenure as Member of Parliament, about what you are doing and what you are addressing and what you are getting done. And so let's just talk about some of those things. Let's start first, though, with something that you've been plagued with really this entire term, and that is utility issues, in particular power issues. This weekend alone, I think you had marathon power outages in your constituency. Many residents reached out to Beyond the Headlines seeking answers, wanting explanations, and wanting to know when is there going to be a more permanent fix to this. This weekend, this holiday weekend, you have 3 major festivals coming up set for Eleuthera. Among them, and I understand this might be the largest one, or perhaps they all are equally as big in terms of the amount of people attending, the Rock Sound Homecoming, and so many other festivals and sort of spring off those that offshoots from the main events that are happening this weekend. And so let's just talk about the issue that happened with the power this weekend. Before we get to I'll have you respond to what Temperature Check said about your tenure as MP. Can you?
Oh,
yes,
I thought you asked me a question.
Yeah, no, that was the question. It was a loaded one, but go ahead.
Okay. Thanks, Shanique, and thank you for asking me that loaded question. But utilities in the Family Islands, especially Eleuthera, has been plaguing Eleuthera for decades. Let's start with that. This administration has done a lot to assess the challenges, but as a Member of Parliament, you don't run away from issues once they arise, and I've never done that. When the constituency was plagued with potholes, we paved more roads in Eleuthera than has ever been paved in history in one term. When you look at challenges with development in each community, we've done an excellent job of touching each community with millions of dollars in infrastructure, whether it be the cultivation center, whether it be the dock in Tarpon Bay, whether it be BTVI for the first time as a Family Island campus to be introduced in Greencastle. And I could go on and on with what we've done as an administration, what I've done as a Member of Parliament, and how I advocate. As a Member of Parliament, you're elected to advocate on behalf of the people, whether you're a government minister, whether you're just a Member of Parliament. So the same way as constituents were calling me last night in regards to the power issue, the same way I was calling BPL to get an update from them. I will say that BPL has done a lot of work in regards to the infrastructure, and over the past few months, there has been minimum to any disruptions in regards to electricity outages. I'm advised, and I think you were sent the press release as well on what the challenge happened yesterday, and it is frustrating, and you feel for the people you represent when you go 12 to 15 hours without electricity. Even if you've accomplished all of that, all of this stuff, you continue to work to ensure that the community, even though there's the lowest unemployment rate in in Eleuthero's history. This is the most foreign direct investment Eleuthero has seen.
And because
in
of that,
decades.
you need to get. When I say the power issue must
Right.
get in hand. I mean, you have unprecedented investments.
Right.
You have unprecedented, as you say, employment. I mean, so many firsts are there in South and Central Eleuthero right now, and so that must match, obviously.
Right. So and I don't mind, right, that we have that problem to be able to, but we must ensure that the infrastructure with BPL is corrected, right? The difference in being a member of Parliament in the Family Islands and being one in New Providence is that if the power goes off, the Member of Parliament is responsible, not Bahamas Power and Light. So that's the difference, and I've always accepted that challenge, and we have solarization on the way. They've started to clear the land there with EA Energy in Hatchet Bay. They've done work in the Rock Sound generation plant. So it's a continued effort to ensure that the utilities match the amount of investment. We haven't had water challenges as frequent as they have been in the past. So there is a lot of work that's been done. So I don't want to negate the fact, even though we've had a challenge yesterday, I don't want to negate the fact that this administration has the people, and especially myself, have the best interests of the people in Central and South Eleuthero at heart. I've fought for them on their behalf, and I think they will tell you, if you go on the ground in Central and South, they will tell you that they have never seen a member of Parliament, whether on a good day, whether on a bad day, whether on a Sunday or a Monday, they've never seen a member of Parliament fight for them to ensure that they receive the most attention than any constituency in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
Well, as I said here on this show on Temperature Check, you were seen quite favorably. Let's talk about the water projects that you have going on to get water, potable water for the first time in certain areas of the far south.
Right. So for the first time, John Millis and Bannerman Town, two small communities that I've seen forgotten in the past, will now have potable water for the first time that is tied into water and sewage lines. You'll also see other communities and other areas in Rock Sound now have water that's going to be installed along with the PPP project down there. So, and so this is a part of the overall and overarching progress for Central and South Eleuthero. The plants in Waterford and Tarpon Bay and Governor's Harbour has a million gallon tank now that could hold more water in case we have challenges with the RO plant. So you've seen a lot of investment in these areas that has been neglected. Just before last election, the foreign company cut off water because of a bill that was owed to them. Now the government has taken the bull by the horns and has purchased this foreign company to ensure that Bahamians own the production of water, so that never happens again.
You talked about the employment level and the fact that who wants to work is working.
Right.
In fact,
Ain't no
even
doubt
more
about
than one job, and you've provided training to match that so that people are able to upskill. I understand that there are bookings on the whether it's Airbnbs, whether it's the boutique hotels, however, bookings a year in advance. People, rental cars are booked out as well. Restaurants are booked out. Eleuthero is thriving. I mean, what do you think that secret ingredient is, as well as ongoing investment, by the way? What do you think that secret ingredient is, and how are you staying ahead of everything as its Member of Parliament?
I think it's investment in infrastructure. So for the first time in over 40 years, Governor's Harbour Airport has been redeveloped, right? You will see, to start this week, you'll see the work at Rock Sound Airport where they'll get a brand new runway. So, people, you'll hear a person say, if you build it, they will come, right? So you've seen the amount of attention and investment in infrastructure and the national economic plan that we've had for Eleuthero in our blueprint for change and what we anticipate for it to be. And when you couple that with persons who's moving back home and who wants to invest in their communities, and you have a local government who wants to be a part of that change and that culture, you will see a community and a constituency that is now pivoted from a constituency, in the 80s or in the 90s. The former administration said Eleuthera had its time. Eleuthera was done. And it took us 30 years, and it took the right administration, it took the right member of parliament to grab the bull by the horns and say, look, Eleuthera has not had its time. Eleuthera is on the move. Eleuthera deserves the best, and that's just what you see happening.
Especially for South Eleuthera, and my family.
Your hometown.
My family called me. In fact, we just spoke earlier today and at the weekend. And as Minister of Works, I want you to address this because you mentioned the roads. I have heard people say you've not seen better roads in South Eleuthera ever, and now the road paving project, I understand, is now headed north.
That's correct. So they've started paving in areas around Hatchet Bay, around Rainbow Bay, around Jamesiston, and then you will see another shift where we'll anticipate to pave 10 miles in North Eleuthera as well. So you'll see some paving in there. So, we're 5 years of the former administration paved 12 miles of road from the north end of Eleuthera to the south. We have already paved over 60 miles of road in the past 3 years, and the work is ongoing. So I'm excited to be a part of that change and that focus on Eleuthera, whether it's north. And we signed the preliminary works for Glass Window Bridge today as well. So we signed a contract for the preliminary works for Glass Window Bridge.
Talk about the vision for that, because I remember hearing, and we just heard a little bit about it, but as a tourist center, obviously a tourist center because people love the original structure as well, but obviously you're making a safer bridge because especially during storm time, but there's so much more that's going to be built around the experience.
Right, so this is the first bridge that will be managed by the Bridge Authority. And the new bridge will come over on the bank side, on the west side of the current bridge. It will be 16 feet higher. So as the waves come, they'll go under the bridge. And it also has a tourist center, a cultural experience, if you may, where artisans, whether it be straw market vendors, whether you see singers, whether you have a cultural heritage site or something that can bring people there. So this is more than a bridge. This is an escape for tourists. This is somewhere where locals can come and enjoy themselves. They have restaurants and all of that. So this is an exciting and reimagined Eleuthera.
Yeah, now that original glass window bridge structure, is that going to be a part of the experience as well?
It will be. It'll be a new structure put there to replace, to ensure that it's properly structurally sound. But that will remain, so it'll be kind of like a crossway, and that's where most of the cultural site will be constructed.
Yeah, so of course this evening, if you're just tuning in, this is a special broadcast of Beyond the Headlines. We are spending the hour here with Works and Local Government Minister Clay Sweeting, the Director in the Department of Local Government, Donald Roll, and they are really talking about the 30th anniversary, 30 years of local government here in the Bahamas, and how that's shown up, how that's empowered local family island communities, empowered even youth, who has now a youth council to get them involved, get them trained, get them understanding how local government works and how they can help steer things forward for them as well. When we come back, we are going to look. This weekend is a whole lot happening. Eleuthera is among the islands with tons of activities. In fact, 3 major festivals. Regattas are huge in the Bahamas among them. So I want to ask, when we come back, of the director and the minister about the growth of Family Island Regattas, how local government kind of manages that and ensures that those are maintained, remain authentic, but yet continue to grow and meet new needs and new interests of those who attend the junior sailing program we want to talk about, and the overall sailing programs. A whole lot that local government is responsible for, that local government oversees, and obviously the opportunities are endless with a new law that came in place in 2024 before. And so don't go anywhere, because when we come back, we're going to pick up our discussion on 30 years of local government here in the Bahamas. This is Beyond the Headlines. We're back right after this.
Spring into savings at Grand Bahama Tiles. For a limited time, enjoy 20% off store-wide and bring fresh new life into your home. From your kitchen to your bathroom to your bedroom, discover colors and styles that inspire every space. Come on in, find the perfect fit, and take it home today. Join us for this exclusive 3-day sale, March 31st through April 2nd. Visit Grand Bahama Tiles today and refresh your home for less.
Play for fun, not for funds.
In the Bahamas, we play hard, but we live smart.
We love a little competition.
A little excitement, a little thrill.
And at Idle Luck, gaming is all about entertainment.
Shared moments, celebrating the wins, and enjoying the experience.
The key is simple. Play for fun, not for funds. When you set a budget before you start,
and know your limits, you stay in control.
And when you're in control, the game stays what it's meant to be.
Fun. So play for fun, not for funds.
Must be 18 and over. Island Luck reminds you that it's only a game, so please game responsibly.
Wealth should not only belong to a select few. At InvestStar, we believe the door should be open to everyone. We provide options for planning a better future. Our investment funds are designed to assist you in reaching your long-term financial goals. Let us show you how.
So you want a space. But not just any space. You need something with a little more potential. So how about 1,000 square feet of room to play with? Superb audio and video production capability, digital LED wall, full lighting grid, and about 124 seats to accommodate a full studio audience, with so many others.
This segment is brought to you by EV Motors Fleet Sales Division. For 2026 commercial vehicles, call 821-2403 today.
Welcome back to Beyond the Headlines. It's good to have you all tuned in. I know it's a bit different this Monday evening, but that is because we have on this hour special program a look at local government celebrating 30 years in the Bahamas, its 30th anniversary. Joining me this evening are the Minister of Local Government and Works, Clay Sweeting, as well as the Director in the Department of Local Government, Donald Roll. Both gentlemen have been talking about local government, its growth, how it's sort of changed to meet the demands of modern-day Bahamas, modern-day Family Island communities, the youth involvement, and a whole lot more. And the second segment, if you were tuned in just before the break, I was speaking with Minister Sweeting on his tenure as Member of Parliament in South and Central Eleuthera, the work he's done, the work that's on tap. You heard him talk about a number of firsts that he was able to get done, and you're very proud with that work, huh?
There's always more work to do, but I think that comes with representation and wanting the best for your constituency. So, you're proud to be able to be a part of a government that's been able to accomplish this, but you always want to do more.
Yes, absolutely. And so he spoke about that. He spoke about a number of things and a number of firsts in his constituency as well. But we're going to get back to local government. I want to ask Director Roll. Let's talk about Family Island Regattas. Let's talk about the junior sailing program, which is a feeder system really for the senior program. And we know in these regattas how the competition is through the roof. And so many Bahamians are into sailing, into, I know boat building may be but it's still right there, very competitive. So many people are into these various forms of what makes the Bahamas this beautiful, unique experience, especially in our Family Island communities. Let's talk about the growth of Family Island Regattas, the fact that there's still an appetite for them.
Well, local government is responsible for Family Island Regattas, and the Bahamas can see where regattas came from under local government. We manage and do the logistics for more than 18 regattas and more than 50 to 60 festivals. When we talk about regattas, we talk about sailing. Sailing is our national sport. The government of the Bahamas has put their effort and their finances backing sailing. We talk about the best of the best regatta, which is considered the elite regattas in the Bahamas, here in Nassau at Montague.
Listen, that is an incredible regatta. I worked that 1 year broadcasting, and that's when I fell in love with regattas. And even though I worked Exuma before then, but just to see the excitement, the energy, the excitement of the boats, those wonderful little small boats. I'm not sure what they're called and how they're manned, but what are they?
They are opties.
They just look good on the water.
Yeah.
Really awesome, yes.
Yeah, and when we talk about the best of the best, like you say, it is the what I call the deluxe of all the regattas. And we will have thousands and thousands of people there, Bahamians along with visitors.
Throughout the weekend, yes.
Throughout the weekend, from Thursday on to Saturday. And like I said before, the government is supporting regattas throughout the Bahamas. Every island now just about have their own regattas. Every island. So I think Exuma has about 5 to 6 regattas or even more. And we talk about the junior sailing. That's the feeder part of our junior sailors.
Yeah.
So David knows that's the major junior regatta here in New Providence. Those young guys and young ladies, we have sailors, male and female, and they are very competitive. They challenge the seniors when it comes to sailing.
It's also been introduced to schools, huh?
Oh, yes.
Schools in New Providence or just the Family Islands?
New Providence and throughout the Family Islands, because you have the sailing clubs now within these Family Islands who are bringing those sailors and boats to New Providence. I think next year the juniors, one of the major sailings supposed to be in Abaco. So it's what we are doing now is just we're trying to involve every island within the Bahamas with regards to our national sport. Festivals. Festival is, like I said before, is more than 50, 60. And the government of the Bahamas, once again, supports these festivals. And it's an economic boost to these Family Islands. So that's what local government is doing. That's what the Regatta Desk is doing. We're just not all about the district councils and those Family Islands. We are multi-talented, multitasking to ensure that local government is known throughout the Family Islands, but not only for council and township, but our culture need to be on display.
Right.
Our sports need to be on display. What our food, whatever we do in the Bahamas must be displayed not only here in New Providence and the Family Islands, but we're looking to take it to the world, and that's important for us.
I think what's so impressive is that local government has been able to keep Family Island regattas interesting, top of mind, not just for the visitors, they love it, but Bahamians plan their holidays oftentimes around which island they're going to go to. Some of them even island hop. it assists in building economies and providing those jobs that Minister Sweeting talked about.
Yes. And it also brings families together. You know, you're from Eleuthera, you go back to Eleuthera. You're from Exuma, you go back to Exuma. So it's almost like a family reunion. So it's like I said before, it's an economic boost for these family islands.
It absolutely is. It helps build economies. It certainly brings, it gives the boat builders and those who are in sailing an opportunity to show themselves and have bragging rights, and people love it. And then these regattas have so much more built around it. It's not just this, the action on the ocean, right, Clay?
Yeah. You know, and what it does too is it helps us as a people to share our culture. So what I've seen, you know, because I've been intimately involved in sailing. You know, we've named it the national sport, like the director said. And not only that, is we've invested in our children. So we give, I think it's 8 young programs. We provide them with funding or a stipend every year to assist with their development of the young people. But as you sail, whether you're from Long Island or Exuma or Andros or Eleuthera, Grand Bahama, when you sail with the sailors, a lot of times you'll see persons from different islands sailing on one boat sometimes. So you'll see a skipper from Long Island on a Black Point vessel with someone to ride the pride from Andros. And so you have these jokes and entertainment and multicultural experiences with one another. So it brings people together. And you know, because sometimes I think we forget that even as a country, we still are a family of islands, and we should act like that.
And the camaraderie as well, because you would hear many persons say, you know, I built that boat from another island and their team, and or I assisted with that type thing. So it's really just amazing. Gentlemen, I want to ask you, how is technology being introduced? You know, everything is about technology now. What is local government doing to ensure that its practitioners, those who are in charge on various family islands, tap into this to help move things forward with greater ease even?
Right. So the Ministry of Works and local government understands that digitization and technology is important to connect one another. You've seen it at our Best of the Best, and I want to commend the director and his team to having a vision to say, look, that we can do things differently. So you'll see drone footage that so persons on shore.
Stunning, right? Best of the best. Truly, you all have created magic at Best of the Best, because those drone shots, those overhead shots. When I worked it one year, the visitors even, you know, the big screens you all have out there at Montague.
And it's live.
And it's live. It's so awesome. And they stand there and they look at it, and then the replay and just the beautiful blue ocean and the wonderful white boats that dot the ocean. Just stunning. So stunning. Just congratulations for whoever did it, and the fact that it gets bigger every year. It's really awesome.
And they start to use GoPros with the skippers on the boats so you can feel the experience, right? Because most Bahamians probably will never sail as a sailor, and they get to feel that experience, and they utilize technology for the scoreboard, so you can actually at the site see the scoreboard, see where your favorite boat, the boat you're rooting for, where they place, and you could go on your phone and see where they place. So you know, technology has played a intimate role in how we portray regattas and festivals, and you know, the PR team there helps to tell the story, because this is a story about the island, and when you're in Rock Sound, you want to tell about the people, you know, because the people in Rock Sound have a different accent and a different way of life, and everything's different. You know, from the people in James Siston, or the people in Bogue, or the people in Exuma, or the people in Abaco.
Eleuthera, the island of a million accents.
A million, at least that. You know, mine has to change every now depending where I am.
So I noticed. So wherever you are in Eleuthera, there's something different. But gentlemen, I want to know, you know, local government is an amazing program that was introduced to this nation. It has grown, it has morphed, it has become what's needed for now. What should it look like, you all feel, 10 years from now for the Bahamas then?
I'll take that.
I think where we are now, 30 years ago, we must now look at the next 10 years And like the minister said, the 2024 Local Government Act has the fine print to propel local government to the next 10 years. We look at the election, and the election is similar to the election of the general election.
It is, yeah.
But the only difference is because of their polling stations now instead of constituencies. So we look at letting or giving the locals more authority, more power to decide where the community moves forward. You now have to be able to sit with your constituents, just like my minister will do, and dialogue with your constituents on where you want this community to move forward or where you want this island to move. And I encourage the administrators and the chief councillors on these islands to have a quarterly meeting, not to look at your district, but to look at the entire island and moving those islands forward. And I think that's what we need moving to the next 10 years, that camaraderie with all of the districts and the administrators working together to move that island forward, and not a district, because you don't want to leave the island and the district is moving ahead.
Right, right.
Right. So I think, Shanique, over the next 10 years, local government was created, piggyback off the director. Local government was created to bring government closer to the people. But just like yesterday, the Prime Minister at a symposium on technology
Yes.
and influences
Yes.
and all of that, right? And a lot of that, a part of it was integrating AI into being a part of that. So I think the vision wasn't necessarily be driven by government, but I think it would be an acceptance that technology will do what local government was created to bring government closer to the people. So I think that I envision in 5 to 10 years that AI will read building plans in a few minutes, and whether or not it meets the criteria for approval. I envision that technology will bring us so close and will move things so quick that we have to ensure that the young people of this country play a role, and they will want to be a part of it because it will talk the same language as what we speak in regards to technology, innovation, and integration. So I think that, the Prime Minister was on the right message, and I think we could piggyback off of that and integrate AI and youth development and transforming really how we do business in the Bahamas.
Yeah, absolutely. Certainly will add more and bring us all up to where the rest of the world is as we march our own pace in moving forward throughout this nation. And so Bahamians, Minister and Director, have every reason to still believe that local government works and that it's necessary moving forward.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, I just think that, with anything that's good for the people, it involves involvement. It involves being a part of development. It involves moving and changing with the times if needed.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you.
I think you're the only candidate so far who's been able to come on and actually respond to their temperature check. And so, you have anything you want to say? I'll give you an opportunity.
Thanks, Shanique. I just want to say that over the past 5 years, I've enjoyed representing the people of Central and South Eleuthera. I love the people in Central and South Eleuthera, and I am grateful for the time served, and I look forward to serving you in the future as your next Member of Parliament.
I thank you, Minister Clay Sweeting. I thank you, Director Donald Roll, for being here again. This show has been 1 hour of local government, looking at the 30-year history of local government and obviously forecasting for what's ahead as the Minister and the Director see an entity of government that continues to grow and continues to morph into what the Bahamian people need for that time and that day. Thank you both once again for being here. I want to say a big thank you to all of you this evening for tuning in. It's certainly been awesome having you join me this evening. I look forward to seeing you right back here tomorrow evening. For the entire Beyond the Headlines team, I'm Shanique Miller. Make it a great evening, everyone.
The Verizon Media Group. home of ILTV, Paramount Systems Limited. Eyewitness.